Writing tip 95. Historically, if you do your research, you will find that a vast majority of the most famous writers of the past were motivated by an interest in more than just money, fame, or sex. Oop, this is a repeat, but that's okay, because I didn't finish it. Oftentimes, they were associated with spiritual societies and metaphysical organizations that seek to uplift our planet and enlighten it. Enlighten meaning help people to be more kind and happy and more sharing and more generous with each other. You can't look at this planet now and say, it's a happy world. People care so much for each other. No, that's not what you're going to see. You're going to see some caring a lot, some sharing a lot, but mostly no. People are mostly in it for themselves for the most part. There's a lot of selfishness, and a lot of reasons for that. I tell people it's because it's like school. This is a vast school, and we're all at different grades in the school, different levels of the school. The higher ones up, the ones who are ready to graduate, tend to be kinder, more helpful, more generous, more thoughtful. And the ones who are just coming into the school, murderous energies, anger, emotionally destructive. I'm not going to say they're good or bad, because that's relative, because we're all here to learn. When you're a student, you're a student. You're a bad student, you're a good student, you're still a student. Okay, so the old writers, they wrote about man's condition as a way to uplift the vision of humanity, to give insight and courage, strength and compassion. In India, there's these spiritual documents. I can't remember the name of them right now, but I think it's the Upanishads. But they tell you, thou shalt not wipe your butt with your right hand. That's because they didn't have running water like we do. They didn't have toilet paper. So their holy men taught them practical sanitary things. And a lot of things in the scriptures are just like that. They're just things that are practical, but they've become spiritual truths. They're not spiritual truths, they're practical truths. But they become spiritual truths because they help people. I won't do the research for you on all those topics about what is uplifting or not. That's something you'll learn through your own living. And if you're like I am, when I was a kid, I read everything in the library I could get my fingers on. Good and bad. If it's bad, I suffered through it because I wanted to see why. And it helps you to understand the nature of the people around you and to understand your own self when you do that. Allow yourself also to have time when you're doing your research. Oh yeah, did I tell you this is all about research? Yes, you need to do research. Especially if you're young, you got no life behind you. You want to do research because it'll enrich you. It'll make you deeper, more profound as a personality. If you've learned one thing only from history, and that is that history repeats itself, you've learned a lot. Look at today's politics. How much of it's the same thing over and over and over and over. It's because people are not learning from the mistakes that were made before. Why are there wars in our world? Because the people have not learned that you'd never solve problems through fighting. They still haven't learned it. So they insist on controlling the situation, on overwhelming it. You will do what I want or I will kill you. That's the ultimate control. It's like rape or abuse. People do those things because it's the only way they can control someone. They can't get what they want otherwise. That's selfishness. A good book does not teach that. It teaches the opposite. You may start with a person that's like that, and then as time goes on over the story, they change. Maybe it's a lot at a time, maybe it's a little time, maybe it's a series of books that it takes for them to finally change. But at some point, they're going to get the, aha! Oh my God, I was doing that. Oh, shit. Oh no. They may even feel like killing themselves after that. But they don't. They don't do that because they've also learned that doesn't do any good. Killing yourself is a joke. You don't die. I don't believe you die. I believe in reincarnation. That's my belief. But also from a practical standpoint, how do you help anyone by killing yourself? Ultimately, all the people around you that were attached to, affectionate towards you, you've hurt every one of them. It's cruel. It's not a good solution. It's a horrible solution. So anyway, do your research. When you have a character in a time period, do some research about what that character is like, what that time period's like. And I will get into that more as we go on.